As I was saying, he's been in Washington talking to President Biden. He's got longer range missiles. Did he get broadly what he wanted?
He did, yes. And I think listening to him there in Ottawa, he's an orator. Even when he is speaking other languages, he holds an audience. And I think the purpose of this North American trip has been to do just that, to hold whichever audience he has and to persuade them in the way that he does with extraordinary poise, just how critical a battle he believes this is and why he believes it isn't just Ukraine's battle, but it is the West's battle. Of course, Canada is a member of NATO. It is one of the countries that is ploughing both money and weaponry into Ukraine in order to try and push that Russian invasion back. And in terms of his words here, of Zelensky's words here in America, just the same tone. He spoke at the White House. He spoke on Capitol Hill as well, where there are some doubters, some who are not comfortable with the amount of money and weapons that are being sent to Ukraine. He, I think, in the short term, did persuade them that it is a battle that they must fight. Last night, he was giving a rousing speech in the National Archives here in Washington, D.C., where he was framed by American history, and yet he was telling the audience that they are that the history of Ukraine is now effectively dependent on what America and the West does now. And in practical terms, yes, it means more weaponry. He did get that. He got more, the confirmation that more artillery will go, more ammunition will go, more tanks will go. The M1 Abrams tanks, which the Americans initially said they wouldn't send, then they said they would, but it would take a long time. The first of those are now to be delivered. And not official confirmation from President Biden, but a suggestion now from sources that longer range missiles, the so-called ATACMS missiles, will now be sent. This will give Ukraine the ability to attack well beyond that front line into occupied Ukraine to hit key Russian positions. The belief is that it will make a difference on the ground. Mark, briefly, what we haven't got, what I think many people do want, is a clear roadmap. What is the end game? What does victory look like? For President Zelensky, it requires all Russian troops to leave Ukraine, to leave Crimea. How realistic is that? And how do they get to that point? I think that is the key unanswered question. How long does this go on for?